Welcome to Laboratory 5 in our new location. This week, we're going to be talking about D.E.W.S, digitally enhanced or encrypted, either way, witness samples, and what they are, what they do, and why are they so much better? So, how am I or you or anyone going to go gaga over D.E.W.S? Why is it better? Well, because it's more efficient. So here's your real old school sample, just a plain old picture, blood, whatever. Goes from the source, creates the first structural link, so goes from low. Then it arrives at the source, forms a second structural link, goes to medium, and then finally, after all that, the source is affected by the transmission, the third structural link is formed. That's why sometimes it takes so long or it don't work. Now you'll notice there it says low PK, medium PK, and high PK. That stands for potential. We're not talking about the Yggdrasil or any crap like that. We're talking about real live physics here. Here's where things get a bit easier. So the trend and the target are at the source. The first and second links are formed at the source. They go from a high amount of PK to low to the path of least resistance. Target is affected by transmission after the first and second are already formed. Then your third structural link is formed last. This is going to be a lot more efficient because there's a lot less steps and a lot less distance for that broadcast to travel, which makes it more efficient. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Damn, that's a lot to unpack. And it is going to seem like an intimidating process at first, but I promise once you've done it a few times, it's much easier. It becomes an intuitive process. So just stay on board. You've made it this far. Let's keep trucking. All right, just like anything in life, it starts out with intent. So at the top, you have an alphabet table and the numeric equivalents of those letters at the top. This is our hex cipher. This is going to be really important to the process. So again, here in our example, I use the word heal, which translates to 8512. Then what we're going to do is transcribe that onto a numeric table. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, but that's a numerology chart. Yes, very good. It is a numerology chart. However, you'll notice the difference is that this one goes to 10 and the 0 is in the middle, and that's why I call it the Azutoth grid. So you're going to put your numerical equivalents that you've enciphered on there in a specific way, and I'll get to that in a minute. Now, before anybody pipes up and says, oh, the target's not encrypted in there, it's a frickin' example, man. All right, you see the chart in the middle with the numbers on it? That's what you're going for at this point. Just practice at it, it gets easier. By the time we're done with heal, that's what it looks like on the grid. Now we got to turn this into a 3D sample. So go to the site. You can even type in the words make suite and 3D logo. Just make sure you upload a black and white copy or it's not going to work. Alright, now we're going from matches to real lighters. So let's encrypt heel arthritis in my left knee. And that is going to look like that long string of numbers right there. And it's all going to be spaced out exactly the same because it will be a hell of a lot easier to put it on the chart if you do it that way. Now for you, those of you out there who enjoy things like connect the dots or paint by numbers, you're gonna enjoy this next part. So basically now you're just connecting all of the different numeric points according to the ones that you encrypted up there. Keep in mind that there's rules for this just like there isn't anything else. And if you like to challenge the rules, then you can go ahead and do stuff that doesn't work. But this is what works. So the end of a word becomes the beginning point of the next word on the chart. For the love of Peter Sampras, don't get confused at this point. So if the end of one word is a 2 and the next one is a 9, then you would draw a line from the 2 to the 9. It's actually not that hard, but you definitely want to do it all at once because next time you come back, you will not remember. Trust me. The next thing to remember is that with repeating numbers, doubles or more, you're going to have nodes. That means draw a circle. If there's more than one, draw another circle. Then draw from that circle to the next line. Alright, so here is the graphical representation of heel arthritis in my left knee. This is what that looks like according to an anaglyph on the Azatoth grid. The next step, as we said before, is to convert this into a 3D image so that that can be data bent and we can have audio for our broadcast. And the end result of all our labors is our perfectly encoded data matrix containing the trend and the target information all rolled into a convenient package. But wait, he said, there's still more. Now you don't have to technically data bend your sample. You can plug this into Radionica 2.0, for example, as is. But the last two steps are you have to plug your encrypted sample onto a witness sample like this one. And then you're going to encrypt your original intent into binary and overlay that over top of those two things. And bam, D.E.W.S. And here's the bitmap version of that, because you have to save the file as a bitmap as you saw on the last slide, because if you don't, it's not going to work properly. It's just going to sound like a bunch of garbage. So this is your final sample. You can plug that into your radionic software, whatever you want to do. You can hang it up in the wall and throw darts at it for all I care, but it's done. It's really done and it works. And if you're wondering what that data bent audio sounds like, here's a little sample for you. Well, alrighty then. That's the end of the video, folks. Now you know how to do D.E.W.S samples. So that's the way Radionica 2.0 was originally set up for you. Throw all three of D.E.W.S samples in there. It's going to happen for you. So don't forget to go to Google Play and download the app. Or you can run it on an emulator if you don't have an Android. Just remember that. Special thanks to Mr. Nebo for the big tip there. And I'd just like to mention, too, that D.E.W.S samples are originally an invention of Radiorgonomy Lab 5, but I'm giving it to you for free because I want to see what you do with it. So don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and support the cause. Have a good day.